tutorial on one of the foundational poses that you'll find very often in Vinyasa flow classes, often referred to as half moon pose or Ardha Chandrasana. So for those of you that have been following some of these foundational tutorials, you'll also find some quick videos where we cover poses like Warrior 1 and Warrior 3. And in both of those shapes, right, one of the keystones is square hips towards the front of the mat. You'll also find a video covering Warrior 2. Warrior 2, much like half moon that we're talking about today, involves external rotation in the front hip. So you don't necessarily have to go through Warrior 2 to get to half moon, but it can be helpful as a starting point to sort of understand the relationship between the two poses. So beginning from Warrior 2, right, and if you need help with this shape, I would pause, I would go back, find Warrior 2, and then come back to half moon. So here we are in Warrior 2. From here, you're gonna hinge forward without losing the external rotation in the hips. So as you hinge forward, keep pulling that front hip back towards your back heel. From here, you can reach straight forward. If you're newer to this shape, you might have a block under your right hand if the floor feels far away. But the idea is you're reaching forward, not down. You might heel toe the back foot a little closer, just so you feel solid on both feet. And then from here, continue to pull the heart forward and lift that back foot off the ground, right? So unlike Warrior 3, where you have a leg lifted, but neutral hips square to the ground, this time your top hip is stacked over your bottom hip. That standing leg is still externally rotated and your lifted leg is neutral, right? And then you can step right back, coming out of it the way you came into it, and then switch sides. So same idea, starting from Warrior 2. Not that that has to be the way you come into it every time, but it's helpful early on to get the idea of that external rotation. As you hinge forward, leading with the heart, you're pulling the hip back, so you're keeping both sides of the waist nice and long, right? You might have a block under the left hand or fingertips on the ground. Heel toe that back foot forward if it's helpful. And then again, lead with the heart. Pull that back foot off the mat. That leg is neutral, so the inner thigh is rolling back behind you. The top hip is stacked over that of your standing leg, right? And then you can bend the standing leg, come right back out the way you came in. Straighten the leg, and I hope you found that helpful.